What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Divana if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning back in. This video is so long overdue. I appreciate the support continuously. I appreciate the patience, and I'm about to get into everything. Why I've been gone, where I've been at, what my progress has been. Like, we finna get down to the nitty-gritty because y'all, in these last couple of months, I've been going through it, okay? So let's just get right into it. Okay, so before we get into probably what everybody has came here for, weight loss, updates, all of that, let me just start off with, if you can't tell, I am in a new place. I did move at the beginning of July. So happy. I moved into a house. So I am so happy. I don't know if you guys caught it or not in certain videos, but I did not like where I was living before. So glad to be out of an apartment and to be living in a house, you guys. I am still working on getting everything done up the way I want it to be and all of that. But yeah, I'm super happy about that. But let's just rewind, okay? So after I posted my last video, it just seems like life was lifing for me really hard, and it was just like so overwhelming. So where do I start? We are gonna start with what happened to me. So I get relaxers. I've been relaxed for years and years. Tried the natural thing, really wasn't for me. I love to switch up my hair too much, and I love straight hair. It is my preference for my natural hair, quote unquote natural hair. Anyways, always done relaxers. I get the same type of relaxers, well, I have been for years now. Never have had a problem, okay? It's just what works for me. It's fine for my hair. I never had problems in that area. This last time I got a relaxer, you guys, I had an allergic reaction to it. When I tell you I was terrified, it was the worst. I'm gonna insert pictures, you guys, so you can see what I have gone through. So I guess what ended up happening, long story short, I will go into details a little bit, but I got a skin infection. So it started out with me thinking that I just kind of like over processed my hair, and so you would get like little burns on your scalp. It's happened before. I knew that I did my relaxer too early. I should have waited a little bit longer. So I thought, okay, yep, my scalp just wasn't ready. It over processed, right? Usually I can put oil on the scabs and within a couple of days it's gone, good to go, right? No. After days and days goes by, after a week, it's not getting better, it's getting worse. I'm Googling things, researching things like what can it be. I bought aloe vera gel. I did absolutely everything. I put Vaseline in my hair. Like, you guys, I was trying everything that I could think of. Like, it was scabbing up. It was so tender to touch. And it was crazy because at the end of the week, I had a hair appointment. I still did get my hair done, but when I tell you, it was so painful, so bad. I can't explain the excruciating pain that I was in. So over time, it just kept getting worse. So I had noticed lymph nodes in my neck. So I do get those occasionally. Sometimes I do get those too if like my braids are too tight. It usually starts on the left side of my neck, and then I'll sometimes get it on the right, little tiny lymph nodes. Okay, I wasn't thinking much of it. I was like, okay, I had got a couple braids in my hair. I was like, okay, maybe it was just a little too tight, especially my hair is kind of tender. Then I get a huge knot in the middle of my head. I'm like, okay, what the heck? My scalp was not as bad. I had went out for drinks with a couple of my friends previously. So I was like, oh my gosh, did I like drink too much and hit my head? I don't remember nothing like that. Like, I wasn't drunk. It was nothing like that. And I don't know, we was downtown, so you just never know. I was like, was I missing something? Like, did someone bump into me and I didn't realize? I don't know, y'all. Anyways, that was that. After that, I wake up another day and I took some Tylenol. let me add that. I took some Tylenol. I was like, okay, let me just take it easy. Took it easy. Woke up the next day and I have a huge knot on this side now. So I have a knot on the middle of my head. I have a knot on the right side of my neck, and the knot that was here is huge. The other knot on the other side of my neck was huge, and then I have this knot in the back of my head, and then the right side of my neck was swollen as well, and it had like 3 bumps going down it. I was like, okay, something is not right. I need to go into the doctors. And at this point, it had been a little while since I did my relaxer. Like, time is flying. I really do not try to go into the doctors until I feel like I absolutely need to. Probably should have went in a little bit before. But anyways, went in. She took a look at me. Oh, let me add. I'm going to insert pictures. I totally forgot. With the skin infection, I got it on my face. And I do suffer from cystic acne, so I thought I was having a breakout. I was like, oh my gosh, on top of my scalp, I'm getting this. And I had a really big gap. It looked like somebody just hit me in my face. Like, it just looked like I was getting used and abused, okay? So she seen that. She seen my head, and then she was like, your face. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I thought it was just my cystic acne. She was like, no, honey, that's not your cystic acne. And it was crazy because I hadn't had cystic acne in so long. Like, I had been keeping mine, and I had never seen it that way anyways. All right, moving forward, she was like, yes, I think you have a skin infection. She said it probably was from the relaxer. She said I would either use a different brand, stay away from it for a while, something like that. And I had threw the box away, you guys. I do not know if it was like I don't know if it was like expired. I don't know what it was. It had never happened to me. Like I said, I did not switch brands, but you know, people buy and sell these companies so much that it could have been different ingredients. I don't read the ingredients. I don't know, and I don't need nobody in the comments telling me how bad relaxers are and blah blah blah, did the creamy crack or whatever. I don't need nobody telling me that, okay? After this experience, I will not get a relaxer again. Anyway, so yeah, it was so bad. So they put me on antibiotics, and as soon as I started taking the antibiotics, with time things started to get better. But when I tell you I didn't want to leave the house, I felt like crap. I ended up taking a day or two off of work because I was in so much pain. I was in so much pain, and I do have to occasionally have meetings on camera, and I was like, there's no way nobody's gonna see me like this. Like, I just feel like shit. Excuse my language. I just felt so horrible. I was in so much pain. Like, when I tell you I could go like this to my head, just ever so slightly, and it would just feel like somebody pressed a needle into my brain. Like, I'm so serious. So after a while, that did start to, you know, heal up. And then my birthday came, and that happened. So I celebrated my birthday, but it was crazy. The day before my birthday weekend, I moved. So I had to get everything out of my house, and I moved. I moved before my other lease was up. I just was so tired of being in that house. I said, I don't care about being in here until the end of the month. I wanted to move at the beginning of July, and that place sat for the rest of the month. It just sat, and then I went before the end of my lease and finished cleaning up. Anyways, so I had to move, and then the next day I went out of town to celebrate my birthday. And then it was just so much stress, so much going on. Okay, so back in January, I had found out that I have shingles. I had got a flare-up, outbreak, whatever you want to call it. It was so weird. I had went to urgent care, like, what the heck is this? And I found out I had shingles. And then I ended up having another flare-up. And this time it was a little bad. Let me mention that after my birthday, actually during my birthday weekend, I had gotten really sick. So I was sick for a while, for about a week. It was so hard to fight off this cold. And then I had my shingles. flare up. So it is kind of rare for people to, you know, get it more than once, but my first one I got in reaction to my breast reduction. My body was just under so much stress. It attacks your immune system, and with my immune system being weak at the time, that's when it happened. And then with me being stressed out from the move, from being sick, that makes my immune system weak, I had another flare up. That was a lot. I ended up calling off work for that as well, you guys, because I don't know if you know someone I don't know if you know someone with shingles or if you've dealt with it yourself, but it itches so bad. And this time it was itching to the point where I was just in so much pain. I just felt like I was continuously going through some mess, and it was literally back to back to back to back, something going on. So yes, pray for me, y'all. It's been a lot. I'm doing a lot better. I am so happy with my move. We found a really nice place in a really nice area, and my kids have a yard, and we have a huge basement, so it's really great. I'm so excited about it. Let's get into weight loss. Okay, so if you haven't watched my previous video, definitely go check it out. It's about me I was on phentermine and topiramate. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. After that video, I think it might have been not even a week later, I stopped taking the phentermine. I had stopped the topiramate pretty much right away, and then I stopped taking the phentermine. I had reached out to my doctor's office, and I was like, hey, the biggest thing for me, besides the fact that I was not losing weight, I was on that for about 3.5, maybe 4 weeks, and I lost 5 pounds. I was like, this is absolutely ridiculous. I think it was about 3.5 weeks. I lost like 5 pounds. It was not curbing my appetite. And when I say I was constipated, I was so freaking constipated. I did all of the regimens that they told me to take. I got all of the over-counter medications that they told me to get to help with the constipation. That did not help me at all. And I was like, there's no way. And then he also told me, like, you know, you can take it on and off. So take it one day, stop, take it the next day, see how that works. I'm like, I'm already on such a low dosage of this that, like, what is the point of me putting this stuff in my body for it to do absolutely nothing? I just rather not have it. So I stopped taking it, and you guys, it took like 2 weeks for me to even, man, like the only way I was getting a bowel movement is I had to take this move tea, and those type of TMI, but that type of bowel movement is not ideal. It's horrible, you know. It's not regular. It took me weeks and weeks to be able to even have a normal poop, and be back on a schedule where my body felt good. And I was like, yeah, absolutely not. So he did want me to come back in early. I was not able to with my job, so I came back in sometime in May. And when I tell you that the weight loss, like the guy that can give you the medication, he is not nice. He's just very off-putting. He has no bedside manner. And in the first place, if you go watch my previous video, I got into it a little bit more, but he just didn't think I needed to lose any more weight. He felt that, he's like, oh, well, you've already lost, you know, 80 something pounds, like you should be happy. And y'all, this is going off track a little bit, but fight for yourself, advocate for yourself, and don't do something if it's not helping you. Not all medication is good medication, and just because one person's body accepts it and it works well for them does not mean that it's gonna happen for you. And if you have a goal in mind, no matter what that goal is, get there, do what you have to do, and don't listen to what anybody else's opinions are. I am not knocking the amount of weight that I've lost so far. I'm not putting myself down. My body is just really weird. For some people, it's, you know, it comes off of them really fast. For me, that was just not the case. Anyway, so I stopped that. He did try to put me on something else. I'll put the name up on the screen somewhere because I cannot remember what it was called. And it's kind of irrelevant because he was telling me in the first place, like, my insurance probably wouldn't accept it. And what's crazy is, you know, so many people talk about Ozempic and all these other medications that aren't oral, and my doctor didn't even think of prescribing that to me. I don't know if it could have been because of my starting weight. When I went into him, I think I was either 170, 169, somewhere in that point. So I'm not sure. I've seen people take those medications with being even smaller than that. So I'm not sure. And I was on an injection medication when I was diabetic. So my insurance has covered it before. I'm on the same type of insurance, so I don't know what would change. But he was just like, this is the only other medication we could try that your insurance would cover. So fine, I'll just give it to you. Like, he really had an attitude. My insurance was not trying to feel that. I think because when they calculated my weight going back into the doctors, I had lost weight. I think I'll put it on the screen, you guys. I'm so bad. But I think I was like 164, 165 maybe by that point. Maybe even a little smaller. So maybe they seen that my weight did not qualify me to take medications anymore. That is kind of the downside with being on state insurance, is they do have a lot of restrictions as far as when you can qualify for something. Anyways, I was like, you know what? This is a sign from God. This is the Lord telling me that, you know what, Divana, you can do this on your own. You don't need any extra assistance. You just need to work harder and stop playing around. And so that is what I've decided to do, and just decided to live a healthier life. Now, I'm not gonna lie, in these last couple of months, I have not been doing the best. You guys, going through all of that stuff with like my health and just with life, I had stopped taking my vitamins for over a month. It just had out of sight, out of mind. It just was nowhere in my thought process. I am just now even getting back into, well, taking my vitamins. I think I've been doing it now for maybe a couple of weeks, maybe not even a couple of weeks. And drinking water. I bought me a new water bottle. Yes, you know, we had to get on this bandwagon. It's so cute. Love this color. I've been really into the hot pink lately. But it's 40 ounces, so I drink 2 to 2.5 of those every single day. At least it's getting me back on track. So I've been doing that, trying to take my vitamins on a regular every day now, and just trying to get back into me. My restrictions have been weird. So I've been trying to just keep it simple with my diet, just because a lot of the time my body is really rejecting things, or I'm getting too full on certain things. So right now, what I've been doing is mornings, I'm going to be having a protein shake. And then after a protein shake, I'm making sure I'm drinking water. And then right now I'm just doing fruits. I love fruits. I'm not going to stay away from fruits. But mainly the blueberries, strawberries, what are they called? The low glycemic fruits. I don't know if I said that right, but the less sugary fruits. But I do love a banana occasionally, and I love watermelon. I'm not against fruits. I don't think it hurts you. So I have been just doing fruits, vegetables, and then upping my protein. I have been at least trying to get to 80 to 100 grams of protein. It is not easy, you guys. It is still so hard for me. Like even yogurt, I have been, the yogurt that I have is called Ratio. And you guys, I think it has 26 grams of protein in one container of yogurt. So I do have that every single day, and that has helped me to be able to reach my goals, on top of the protein shake that I'm drinking right now. It's Core Power, strawberry banana, and that one is 26 grams of protein. So just those two things right there set me up. And it's really helping me to get throughout my day. And I'm just making sure I'm getting my greens in and my fruit, and trying to hit my protein goals. I am not making my diet too aggressive. I'm just trying to stay kind of to simple things, but so that I'm meeting my goals and still getting those nutrients, but I'm not having it too complicated, because lately I think my body has just been so stressed that it's like, girl, we don't want any of that extra stuff. There are even a lot of things that like my body isn't wanting, like even eggs. I have to push myself to eat eggs, and I love eggs normally. Not as much after the surgery. My body can't tolerate it as much, and even now it's really been restricting it. Like eggs are just super disgusting to me, and my body is like, we don't want the eggs. And that's where I got a lot of my protein before. So I'm just still kind of relearning myself and figuring out what works for me, but I'm trying to make sure that I hit those goals, especially my protein goals, to be able to get to where I want to be. So on top of that, you guys, I am on my period. Let's talk about periods and weight loss, okay? I have not weighed myself in a little bit because I have been super bloated. I have made an appointment with my doctor. Can't get until next month though, but I am going to try to talk about what's been going on with my menstrual. So I think I talked about stopping birth control. I am back on birth control. I am on Depo. It's just my periods were way too heavy. When I did try to stop, I just could not deal with it. Like, very, very heavy flow. Sorry if that's TMI. I'm just here to be real with you guys. So I did get back on birth control just for that in general, but my periods are still like, I wish they were just on a schedule, like every month this date, this is when my period comes. And the thing that sucks is I used to have periods that were literally, okay, yes, it went the full 7 days, but it was done on that 7th day. My period was done. It was no extra phase after that. That was with the barbecue phase and everything. And now it is unpredictable. Most of the time my periods last multiple weeks. I haven't seen my period last less than 2 weeks. It's usually 2, and sometimes my period can go the whole month, and that is not normal. So I am going to be meeting with my doctor about that, just to discuss what's going on with my body, what can I do to help that, because that is not right. And I'm also going to talk to her about meeting with a dietitian. I do feel that I know what foods I need to eat, but no one ever set a goal for me as far as this is how many calories I want you to intake, this is your protein goal, this is all the things that I've been doing for myself. So I just want to meet to someone to see if I'm on the right track, to try to figure out things that are going to work for me, and just to have somebody just push me in the right direction. I think it's not going to hurt. I mean, it's covered under my insurance. Why the hell not? I'm going to try it out, see how it goes, especially because I have still been struggling. I was in that 160 range for so long. I looked back, you guys, and I was probably in the 160s for over 6 months. That is not normal. Like, and it was to the point where if I wasn't not literally, like, only times I was losing like weight at all is the times where I was sick, which I want to bring up as well, because after the surgery, I don't know if anybody else is like this, but after the surgery, my immune system has been absolute trash. Like, I get sick super easily now, and it takes me longer to get over a sickness. It's so hard for my body to fight it off. And normally, like, maybe once a year I would get sick, and if I could take my vitamins, you know, take my little emergency, whatever the case, and I was good to go. Now that is not a thing. Like, I be out for the count, I be down bad. So I just want to bring up those things, see what's going on. I don't have a vitamin deficiency. I mean, it doesn't hurt for them to test again if they want to, but the last time I did have them check, which I believe was in March, I was not lacking anything. So I just need them to figure out some other things. Anyways, so I have hit my lowest weight as of right now with a period. I've hit my lowest weight. The last time I weighed myself, I was 158 pounds. So yes, I'm so happy about that, even with being bloated and all of that. So I'm pretty sure I was smaller, because I did get on the scale before I like fully went through the period, and I was 155. So that has been my lowest, but I did not get that recorded. My scale had died, so it was so great that I wasn't able to get it recorded. But that was the lowest weight that I got. But as recorded, my lowest recorded weight, 158. So I know that once I'm completely off of this period and I'm not bloated, I'm hoping to get back down to that, you guys. My goal, just to meet my 100-pound goal, is to get to 150. My highest weight was 250 pounds. I did not even go over my stats. Highest weight, 250 pounds. Day of surgery, I was 239 pounds. And as of now, we're gonna just say my lowest weight is 158 pounds. I never thought I was gonna get out of the 160s. And it's crazy that even with medication, I did not get there. I got there on my own with following what I felt in my heart was good for me, listening to my body, Now, what I'm working on next to be able to keep moving forward is to move. You guys, I work from home. I have a desk job. I do not move around much, excuse me. The only time I move around is washing laundry. It's nice that my laundry is actually in the basement. So I do a lot of laundry. And taking out the trash, being outside with my kids, things like that. Other than grocery shopping, y'all, grocery shopping. I have had a slight transfer addiction to retail therapy. No, let's not lie, it was kind of always an addiction. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. I know that was a lot. This is not going to be the last you hear of me. I am not going to disappear for multiple months again. I really hope. I've missed being on here. I'm so happy to see that I was still growing and people are still engaging in my videos. So I really appreciate that. I love the love. I am going to be starting, you guys, I bought a jump rope. So I am going to be working out in my basement doing that. I just need to be getting steps in, honey. I am, and this is gonna seem really low, but do what works for you, baby. Okay, I do want to start off with my goal being 2,000 steps. That might seem like nothing, but there are days where I will get in less. Like on my lazy days, you guys, you don't even understand. I have to be at work by 8:30. I will literally get up at 8:15, brush my teeth, wash my face, and go to the living room. Literally rolling out of bed, go do that and start work. Like, and no one sees me for the most part. I have meetings on camera like every once a week, and other than that, no one sees me. So, and there are some times too where we just don't leave the house. If it's, it just be like that. And my kids can, play in the room, and now they have a basement. They can go downstairs and play. They can even bring their bikes down there. So I need to change that though. So my goal going forward, and I want y'all to hold me accountable. I want to start waking up early. I need to start, and my kids are going to be going back to school soon, so that's going to be helpful as well, because I have to make sure they're up and ready. But even from this point, I want to start waking up at least by 7 a.m. and I want to, start my day off by doing 30 minutes of something, whether that be jump roping, whether that be listening to a video, listening to music. Go downstairs and I will do some type of exercise for 30 minutes, shower, start my day. So I'm holding myself to that 7 a.m. I do want to start waking up earlier than that, but it's not something that I can throw myself into. Honestly, 7 o'clock is still pushing it. I am not a morning person, but it's what I have to do because I just need to start doing that. I don't like that I just roll out of bed and get my day started. It's just not right. And so yeah, you guys, I really want to keep at my goals. I'm going to keep you updated too when I do have my next doctor's appointment, but I will talk to you before a month away. We are going to have, I've been buying, workout clothes. I've been really into that. I want to feel good. I want to look good while doing it. You guys, what I have learned so much throughout this journey as well is take your measurements, take the pictures. I wish I would have started taking my measurements before I started really losing weight, and even before the surgery, because I wish I had that to refer to. I don't have my measurements started until January of 2022, and my surgery date was October 29th of 2021. So, man, it, has been a process. But you guys, I believe I started out, I think I'm going to put it up here as well. I believe I started out January of 2022. I believe my waist was like 43, something like that. And I'm not knocking myself, nothing like that. It is what it is. I don't have like a natural Coke bottle shape. I am more of like an up and down type of body. I am starting to curve out some, but you guys, in my bust, oh my gosh, besides the breast reduction, like just around here, like I can't even explain to you, like my measurements now. So my I think my highest bust that I just, when I was buying bras, was 44 all around. We don't even care about being a triple D because we're not there anymore. But now, you guys, I am a 34 in my my bust. Like, that's so crazy to me to be little like that. Like, to think like that's 10 inches that it went down. That's crazy. That's amazing. Yeah, so I'm a 34 there. And then my waist is, I think I just measured it. No, I did just measure it the other day, right in the morning before I started to bloat. And I was at 32.5 inches in my waist. And you guys, I think before when I recorded, I was like 43. But you guys, like, I am so proud of myself, and my clothes are fitting different. And it's crazy because those non-scale victories will be what you will see that helps you be like, okay, the scale might not be moving, or it might not be moving as much as you want it to. But if you have those items in your closet that you put on and you reference that, you guys, I promise you, that is where you're gonna feel the greatest. I am so happy with my progress. I know that I am just gonna continue on this journey. I don't have a full-on weight goal. Like, I do want to hit my 100-pound mark. No matter what, I want to get down to 150 and then see how I feel from there. I just know that when I was in the 160s, it just wasn't a happy weight for me. I do still have a lot more fat to lose, and I want to feel happy where I'm at. I just still feel like I do have a little bit more weight on my body than I would like to. But I do want to get like my body fat percentage down a lot more. But we are going to get there. Again, thank you so much for the love and support, people checking in on me, people still engaging in my content and subscribing to my channel. I really love you guys. Appreciate you. Any questions that you might have, definitely put them in the comment section down below. DM me if you need to. I'm always here to chat. And you guys, I will catch you in my next video.